Hello. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm feeling cozy today. I'm in my big cozy jumper. I'm feeling very... It's going to be a very chill day, okay? I don't want anyone to get their expectations of hype and... I'm just feeling comfy cozy. Everything's nice today. This is why I should be your comfort streamer. This is why I should be your comfort streamer, you know? Take me back 2020. I've got a coffee, but it's not hyping me up. It's just a nice, chill, warm. It's a warm, fun drink. You're my discomfort streamer. Thank you, Mimi. That means a lot. It means a lot that I'm your discomfort streamer. I didn't even mention this yesterday because I was busy mentioning lifesteal drama and watching the pound cake video. Dum dum dum. Such a good song. Sorry. Yeah, some of you may have seen that this exists. Now, obviously, Tubbo's interaction with the Minecraft speedrunning community is inconsistent, but also enjoyable. I think he likes MCSR quite a lot now. And I obviously I feel like I was one of the people that have introduced him a lot to Minecraft speedrunning. So here we go on this trailer.
God damn it! But this is the last location for Open right here. Second time first. He's gonna win the scene. He's gonna win the scene, Daddy.
He lands in the portal.
How is
What
that
is
possible?
that? That's insane. That's insane. That is unbelievable.
Have these guys ever even completed a speedrun before?
Who's that? Guys, wait, who's that voice line? Guys. Oh my god, I can't...
Have these guys ever even completed a speedrun before?
I can't put my finger on it. It's right on the tip. I wish he was on the tip of my Sorry. Sorry. I know. Sorry. It's on the his name's on the tip of my tongue. His name is on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember what his name. Sorry.
An absolute nail bite of a seed there, Farmer. What a fantastic seed.
This might be the most uncoachable group of players ever. Who's that? I don't know who that is. I've never heard that voice in my life before. Cold. Are any of them actually going to finish a run? Terrible Pearl. You're never hitting this zero cycle, Mr. Replay Modder. Time loss. Pearl's already open. What are you doing? I love the color grading coming back from being like sepia to bringing back the color in this shot. I think this is my favorite shot of the whole thing. This bit here. I think that's fucking fire. It's like 3 seconds, but I love it. That's probably my favorite shot of the whole thing. Of the whole trailer, I would say, was that part right there. I love the color grading coming back as he zooms into as he falls into the portal. I love it. It's really cool. Okay. So, as you guys can see, these are the MIDOFFs. This is MIDOFFs Season 1. Now, I have spoken to Tubbo. This man is not replying to my fucking DMs, though. So I need to, hopefully he will sometime soon. Because I think I'm meant to be going down for 3 days. But at this rate, I'm probably only going to be going down for the last day. Because I don't know what the hell that man's doing. And I'm not sure who is, like, what, like, basically, I don't know what's happening. And also, I'm very busy on the draft day. Unfortunately, I'm very, very busy on the draft day. I will find time, but I will be sitting in a park on my phone on a Discord call, possibly in the rain. But, you know, I'll join for the draft as best as I can. But I think what I'd like to talk about today is the strategy going into this. So, there's kind of two different tournaments going on here. Obviously, you have the main bracket, which is for the 16 players, one of which I am not. I am not one of the 16 players, as you guys know. I'm a bit too good to be in MIDOFFs in a, you know, not trying to toot my own horn here. Rule of thumb was something along the lines of your average can't be below 30 minutes and your PB can't be below 15, I think. So I think that technically Tubbo could play, and I think and Darapchu's still allowed to play. Just. But my plan is think about the draft today, and then we'll think about strategically training certain levels of players. So let's go back through those players, because I think that's the most important part. But let me talk about let me quickly talk about the format. So, for the players, their aim is to win the tournament. Okay? That's all that matters for them. Right? For the 16 players, you can try and win the tournament. That's all that matters. For the coaches, each coach, there's 8 coaches. Not all of the coaches have been revealed yet. I think they get revealed tomorrow, I want to say. I don't know. I'm one of them. Yeah, I'll leak that. I don't care. And a few others have been leaked, right? But there's 8 coaches, and each coach has 2 players. And it's treated a little bit like F1, whereby you've got like a driver's championship and like a manufacturer's championship, right? So we've got like a player's bracket, but then also we've got like a coach's bracket. So we have 2 players that we're coaching each, and each of those players will score a certain number of points depending on how well they do in the bracket. So even if you might coach the winning player, you may not end up winning the like coach's championship because of the number of the number of other players that may have done well. So like pretty much what we need to do is think about drafting the best player possible, the best set of players possible. And what we have is every coach has $10. Every player is going to be auctioned on draft day. Okay? This means each coach has a maximum of $10 to spend. If you have any money left over, equals points. So every dollar turns into a point in the coach's championship, basically. So you can either take a strategy of maybe spending very little money to gather as much points as you can for the championship, or you can try and spend as much money as you can to get the better players. Bit of a overlap there. Point-wise, each win equals 3 points. Each loss equals 1 point. So this technically means, because there is a winner and a loser's bracket, you don't want your player to win every single round. Because that means they will only play in 4 games, netting you a maximum of 12 points. However, if your player loses round 1, loses round 1, loses round 2, loses round 3, loses round 4, and then wins grand finals, you get 16 points, which is more, even if they lose grand finals, they get 14 points, which is more than the player that wins round 1, round 2, round 3, and grand finals. Oh, yeah. Sorry, round 4, grand finals. There's a loser's round 5, I think, possibly, which means that this would be 17 points. Okay? So, we basically don't want to take a player that is going to sweep the tournament. We need a player that we are going to watch get better throughout the tournament. Quite important. But, obviously, by going for this strategy, if they lose round 1 and then lose losers bracket round 1, they have 2 points and are out of the tournament, which would be worst case scenario. So plan is, we still have to aim for someone that's going to win every round. But if they lose one, it's good for us. As long as they only lose one. Okay? What are the dates for everything? Oh, these are wrong, right? These are actually August. Sorry, these are all August, not September. It's like next week. Or 2 weeks' time. It's 2 weeks' time. These are all meant to be August. Sorry, these are all 8s. These are all August, okay? He quote retweeted all with the on alt with the dates. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's talk about the players real fast. Which players can I say? Okay, I could probably say all of these players. So we have Captain Sparkles. We have JoJo Solos. We have. Let's just look through this. I'll write them all down on my alt. On my second monitor. Okay. These are our players. Okay? So. Yes, Ryan is using QSMP admin. I did know that. I will change the name to Ryan just so it's easier. That was, I believe, the only player in the roster that I didn't know. And Ryan and Bad Boy Halo are the only two that I don't know personally. The really, really good thing is, I would like to say, I know Captain Sparkles. I'm not massive friends with him. I'm friends with JoJo. I'm friends with DeRap. I'm friends with Ant. I'm friends with Amy. I know Jumper. I'm not massive friends with, like, also, by the way, I'm not saying that I'm not friends with any of these people. I'm just saying I don't know them well enough I don't want to assume, you know? Like, I know them. They probably know of me, but we've not spoken enough I don't want to, like, I don't want to jump the gun. You know what I mean? More so acquainted than friends. Exactly. I don't want to say, like, I'm not trying to put words in people's mouths here. That's all. John A, I would say I'm very good friends with John A. I know that guy. We've hung out quite a lot. Hannah, I'm friends with. Sneeg, I'm friends with. Callum, yeah. I think it would be difficult for me not to say that Callum's one of my best friends. So, like, I'd like to be his coach. I think that others would as well. Bad Boy Halo, I don't know, really. Same with Ryan. Those are like the two people on the roster that I don't really know. Barry, I'm good friends with. I would rather not do that. Hope that helps. So yeah, these are our 16 players. I believe there's 16 there. 4, 8, 12. Oh, there's only 15. What? Did I miss one? Did I miscount? 4, 8, 12. No, that only says 15. Wait, hold on. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, shit. I mean, there is going to be another question mark. This is one that I don't know either. The other question marks, I know. The other question marks, I know. The bottom question mark, even I don't know. So, yeah. That's going to be a huge wild card. We have no idea. So it's going to be a complete who the hell knows. But what I'd like to do is I'm not going to be revealing who I want to draft. Okay? What I do know is I know who Recrap wants to draft. And I can predict who most of the other coaches want to draft. Okay? Now, the public coaches that people know are the HBG boys. Okay? So, there are a few HBG coaches. Okay? As you guys may or may not know. I don't know how many people... Who should I be most scared of on this list? Hey, I'm going to say... Look, I do think that Ambenem has a really good chance of winning. You guys have been so great at keeping it a secret. How many of the HBG guys have leaked that they're a coach? Guys, everyone in chat, if you know anyone that's a coach, can you put it in chat, please? So that I'm not leaking? I know Fine and Curry. Okay. Obviously me as well, right? I said that. That's fine. I mean, clearly I'm fucking doing the draft. Yeah, you know that. And Rec, Curry, Fine, you. Okay. So it looks like it's only Kyle as well. Good. Those are the 5 that I thought. Silver said also. Okay. I lied. Yeah, I know you did because he's not actually in the coaches. I was just going to try and say that and see if you went with it. Is Boost for 1? His stream title right now makes it seem like it.
Why did they spawn on me?
Sorry? What do you mean his stream title right now makes it seem like it? He's playing most percent. What? What are you talking about? His stream title is just most percent tournament round 2 at 1 p.m. EST. Most percent is a tournament that's hosted by Oliver MCSR at the moment. So, I don't know who's in the most percent bracket. Let me see if I can... I wonder if he's got the bracket. Nope, he doesn't. Okay, that's helpful. That's not helpful. Okay. Thanks, bro. Who's playing today? Goat. Alright, thanks for the copyright music. Hold on, let me remove it from the VOD real quick. There we go. GG. Troller. What does EST stand for? Maybe it's Estoy Uno Coach. I am a coach. Yes, of course. Tweaker. Alright, cool. Chat's shitting on him. Okay. Well, I guess we don't know who he's going to be playing against. But that's fine. Oh, see, Evo, this is why you're the GOAT. Thanks, Evo. Oh, thank you, Tessa, as well. I didn't see that as well. Josh being Josh Toe Twins, right? Not Josh Rip FC. Josh Enwalk. Or formerly called Enwalk, I think, is who you're talking about. But, just to let you guys know, Josh from Drake and Josh. Oh, of course. I forgot about that. Right. Okay, so the coaches that you guys know. Coaches that are leaked. Let me put players here. Players. And then we got coaches. Curry. Fine. Me. Rec. Chief Cleef. That's spelled wrong. Wait. No, it's not. That's right. Dude, Jesus. Okay, so there's 3 coaches that aren't revealed yet. Alright. Let's say, of the 3 coaches, out of 10, how worried am I of them? Of the non-revealed coaches. Okay? This is how worried I am about them. Cool. So that's how worried I am about them. Curry is probably like a good 9 out of 10. I'd say Rec is a good 8 out of 10 worry. I'd say Fine is a 8 out of 10 worry. Maybe less. I might give him 7. I don't think he'd care as much. I think might not gaff. He might not gaff. He might not gaff. Me, obviously, I'm the GOAT. Chief Cleef is just a bit bad, so I'm just going to give him 5 out of 10. Higher score means I worry more. Higher score means I worry more. Poundy -1? Look, just because I said that someone's -1 out of 10 doesn't mean it's instantly pound cake, guys. Just because pound cake's ass. Carl F's ass as well. But I gave him 5. Like, at least I know that this guy can talk to people. You know what I mean? Like, some coaches, like, if you put fucking... Who are you putting in here? Bro, you put Loki as a coach? What's he gonna do? He's not gonna be able to be in there. It's like, oh, one of the benefits is you being able to talk to them during the match. What the fuck's he gonna do? Type in chat. Like, hello? Bro doesn't have a microphone. Low-key typing is better than your estimation of pound cake. Ah, okay. You're smiling? Ooh, true. True, you got me. You got me. You got me. You got me. I shouldn't have smiled. Okay. But, more importantly than if I'm worried about them or not, it's who do I think they're going to pick? Now, I know the answer for Rec. I know the answer for Rec. Okay? This guy, obviously, was the Life Stealers, plus... I think he probably wants the captain? Oh, and Venom. Those are the, I would say, like, the 6 people... Or is it 5? Is it 6? Hannah, Jojo, Jumper... Durap, Captain and Ant. Yeah. So probably the 6 people that he wants to bid for. Jumper is lifesteal. Hello? 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 Why am I going to add Jumper on twice? Hello? Bricks, hello. Yes. The coaches only get to pick 2 people, but bear in mind, he could get outbid on 4 of those people, right? Let's say he bids $2 for Ant Venom. I might bid 3. And then he might not be able to win Ant Venom. You know what I mean? So, like, it's... Even though you're only going to have 2 players, you want to go in thinking, hey, I might want this player, I might want this player, I might want this player, I might want this player. The one benefit that I have is that out of the 13 public people, I know 11 of them. And I think that is more than any of the other coaches. I'll be honest. I think possibly Curry matches me. But I think I know most of them better. I'm going to be honest. Than Curry. I think I've got the I can go out and have a pint with you advantage. Because in my mind, Curry can't do that. Fine can't do that. Rec doesn't do that. And Chief Cleef can do that, but doesn't. Do you deadass think you're going to be a better coach than me? Yes, I do. I will cook your forward ass. Anyway, I think I'm going to be a better coach than you. Yeah, I'm not even capping there. I actually do think I will. Because these guys, you obviously have the experience, way more experience than me. But I think I have the advantage in the fact that I don't have to upload 4 YouTube videos a week and stream for 9 hours a day. Ever think about that? Ever think about that? So, like, while you're doing your 100,000 no reset runs, I'm coaching my players. You know? When you're making a thumbnail, I'm coaching my players. When you're, living your life and, paying rent and all of that shit, I'm VOD reviewing my players. Oh, you think I'm taking this easy? Ooh, so you're just a brick, okay. Alright, what the fuck? Hello? Hello? Make this a rap battle, please. He does not want the smoke. He does not want that. He does not want the smoke, bro. He does not want the smoke. Let's be so honest. He does not want the smoke. He does not want the smoke. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Right, if this was the other way round, I would be offended if I didn't have at least 4 players bid for me. Okay? I know this isn't the right way around, but I think this is in my head what I'm thinking. Okay? I would be offended if I didn't have at least 4 players bid for me. That's the truth, I think. Because I think there are people that actively want to, like, I think there's people that actively would like to be coached by me. Same with you. I'm not getting that twisted. You probably have more. You probably have more, Curry. But I'd like to think I've got that like back of the mind little I think Fine is the worst coach. I put him second worst out of the 5 that are leaked. Out of the 5, I put him second worst. I just think he's going to be a better coach than Chief Cleef. Like, be honest, brother, me and you coached coached Kyle and Akko. Like, Kyle, me and you should not be on the same level here. We're not on the same level here. Right? I think that Rec, respectfully, if either me, you, or Rec doesn't win this, we frauded. Okay? Oh, I already said my worry about the unreleased coaches, which was, I think this player's 7 out of 10, I think this player's 4 out of 10, and I think this player's -1 out of 10. I said this earlier on. I think that I'm giving myself 10 out of 10. I'm giving you 9 out of 10. I'm giving Rec 8 out of 10. I'm going to give Fine a 6 out of 10. And I'm going to give Chief Cleef a 5 out of 10. I don't even think that's terrible. I genuinely don't even think that's terrible, no? Maybe I'm being an asshole here. This could be a 5, actually. This could actually be a 6. I'll leave it as a 5. I think this player could be a dark horse. Oh, this coach. Sorry, this coach could be a dark horse. A little bit. I assume you can tell who I think these 3 players are. In their order, Curry. Like, sorry, the coaches. I keep calling them players. Yeah, I think you can tell which order they're going to be in as well. Yeah. The one thing I think, Curry, okay, you know what? Curry, you may be a better coach than me. That might be true. However, I think, being truthful with you, I know the player roster better than you do. Meaning, I think that I probably have a better... I think I have better odds of winning. Because I know how good these players are and I will be able to draft better. You have to be nice? Nah, that's the difference. Because I can draft, I get to... I like, you guys don't know this, right? You guys don't fucking know this. I've been in call multiple times this week with one of these 13 players that have been publicly released with them practicing speedrunning this week. Aren't you missing the draft? Time out. Time out. I'm going to be drunk in a park in London under an umbrella on my mobile joining call to draft. I already got a I got the signature of approval. I got the doctor's permission. I'm going out with I'm going out to celebrate 7 years with Lauren that day, so I kind of have to I had to schmooze my way into having an hour of Discord time. And I've done that. I did also have to book a nice Korean barbecue place an hour after the draft starts. So if the draft takes longer than an hour, I will have to leave. I think I'll sweep this not even close. No matter who I have a secret strategy. The fuck does that mean, brother? Hello? What? What? Brother, hello? How can you have a secret strategy? It's fucking MCSR ranked. The strategy is make your person run faster than the other person. Oh, I'm giving my students performance-enhancing drugs. You're giving them backdoor hacks. Oh, I get it. I get it. I'm personally... Right, my plan is, okay, because I'm going to be in Brighton to commentate, my plan of action... Oh, thank you, Blajana, for gifting a sub to Curry. Goat. Because I'm going to be in Brighton for the commentary, I'm just going to draft Johnny and Amy and then go to their setups and play on their behalves. That's my plan. I think that's pretty meta, no? That's tech, right, guys? That's kind of tech. Hello? You know what I mean? Bannable? No. No, I don't think so. If you don't pick CPK, do you think he kills you IRL? It's definitely a chance. Given the fact that I have a message from him less than 30 minutes ago. Oh, shit, hold on. Guys. Yes! Yes! Oh, shit. Oh, wait, hold on. Guys, I've been trying to... Sorry, I'm going to have to go full cam here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get rid of this sofa. This sofa, I've been trying to get rid of it for about 2 weeks, and someone has finally replied to my Facebook Marketplace message saying, is this still available? Can I collect today 5 p.m.? That's an hour. That's an hour's time. I might have to actually move it. Bro, I'm in a big comfy hoodie and shorts. This is not time to get them on stream. No. Oh, mate. Oh, let me message him. What does he do? Oh, mate. I need to text. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Let me message. Right, I'm just going to say I'm not around at 5. Because I'm still going to be streaming. Right, 1 second, chat. I'm gonna leave you with some music for like 2 minutes. I have to go try and get this sofa gone. So just like I'm just gonna have to find out when I'm available to move this, and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna put some music on for 5 seconds. I'll literally be 2 minutes. I can put the BRB screen on so you can look at the bouncing the dancing pineapples. There you go. I should be back by the time that time is done. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so again, just to recap, guys. It's live on Twitch TV Turbo. These are all August. They are not September. 2nd of August is the draft. 8th, 9th, and 10th of August are when the tournament is going on. These are the players that have been revealed so far. These are the coaches that have been revealed so far. Here you go. So, I am not going to publicly reveal who I want to vote for. Or who I want to bid for. Show the other... Okay, I'll show the other graphic. True. Oh, sorry. Bro, he got the wrong times. We're trolling? We're trolling. Oh my god, guys. That's not what Eastern is. 4 p.m. British is 11 Eastern. We're so goofy. We're so goofy. This is wrong. Yes, we have a draft system. So each coach has $10 and every player is auctioned on draft day. So, and any dollars that you have left over turns into points in the coaches championship. Each win of your players gets 3 points. Each loss is 1 point. Obviously, there's a winners and losers bracket, so you technically get more points if your player loses and then goes on to win. He corrected in comment. Yeah, true. You should just take the $10 and leave. Truth nuke. Truth nuke. Okay. So wait, after draft, you have like 6 days only to train? That is correct. We do only have 6 days to train these players. Buying a load of cheap players for 1-2, we're only allowed 2 players, frustratingly. I would love to pick up 5 players for $1. That'd be huge. Okay, I am going to start guessing what I think. I am going to start guessing what I think the... Oh, I feel like it's the fucking voices, man. Every chat message that I look over and read, I've seen 15 times today. I've seen them all 15 times, and I fucking explained them 15 times already. I'm gonna lose my shit. I've not crashed out yet on stream today, but I'm fucking going to. Chat, can we open our ears for 2 fucking minutes? Can we open our ears? Is that possible? Get your Q-tip, fucking clean out the earwax, and open your earballs for 5 fucking seconds here. This is a video. It explains everything that is going on. It tells us the players. These dates are wrong, okay? These say September, they mean August. This graphic is correct. There are times that are wrong in Eastern and Pacific because... Tubbo's a brick. He's British, though, so the British times are correct. Let's talk about drafting and players. Each coach is given $10 on draft day, which is August the 2nd at 6 p.m. BST, which is also 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. We get to auction. Each coach is going to get 2 players. Any money that you have left over in your wallet after the auctions gets turned into points in the coaches championship. It is akin to Formula 1, where they have a drivers championship where a driver wins. That is going to be the players tournament. Then there is a manufacturers championship whereby each car manufacturer, people that make the cars, they have 2 drivers, okay? For us, we are the coaches. We make the players run faster. We have 2 players each, okay? We want to bid on those players so that they then go and win the tournament. If we have any money left over, they get turned into points. Each win that our players get give the coaches 3 points. And if we lose, we get 1 point. These are our players that have been revealed. These are the coaches that have been revealed. Any questions? There is no such thing as a stupid question for the next 2 minutes. If you're going to be a brick after those 2 minutes, I'm going to call you a brick. Okay? Next 2 minutes, no stupid questions. I will not crash out. What's your favorite color? Pink. What are cars? I don't fucking know. I can't drive. Team name, or are you just Fulham? I think we're just going to probably be Team Fulham. Yeah, I haven't thought of a team name. What's up with the question mark players? Those players have not been revealed to the public, and one of them have not been revealed to the coaches either. I think Tubbo's just trying to fucking find someone at this point, and we haven't found someone. These guys just weren't confirmed in time for the trailer. When do those coaches get revealed? Magically, they are on the Meet the Coaches Day on August the 1st. That is when you will find out who the other coaches are. Will you go live while training? Hopefully. No guarantees, but hopefully, yes. Do you know how much points each monies is worth? 1 to 1. 1 to 1. Who do I want the least? Johnny. What's your favorite emote? Good question. Do you have to train them separately, or are 2 people from the same time zone best to train? Sparrow, that is a very good question. That is something for the coaches to consider and think about. What is F1? I don't know. Do you think Feinberg is going to make his payers cry? I assume you mean players, and probably not. No, I just assume that Feinberg will. He's actually a pretty good coach. He's good for like things like events. He's very good at. Problem is, he usually, with regards to events coaching, he will say, "Just listen to me, and I will in-game lead." Problem is, with a speedrun, you can't really do that. You can't teach people on the fly. So it's that's going to be a little bit more tough. Why is there a -1 out of 10 coach? Because I'm not worried about this player whatsoever, and I think that if they get more than 4 points, they deserve a medal. What did I have for lunch? I had Nando's. I had a double chicken wrap, lemon and herb, with peri salted chips and garlic bread with medium sauce with the garlic infusion and a bottomless Diet Coke. Completely ignore my question? Fuck, I missed it. I'm sorry. Do you like chocolate? Big fan. I got some dairy milk next to me. Are you guys allowed to help mid-speedrun? I believe we are going to be in the ears of our runners during the match, yes. Is it because you think they aren't that good, or you think they'd be an awful coach? It's mostly a joke. They could actually be completely fine. They might know more than I'm leading on. I actually don't know. I think, for me, in my head, I don't think that they are a brilliant speedrunner. So I think they'll have a tough time coaching. But equally, this is probably the coach that I know the least about. So maybe they know more than I realize. Do you think Fulham will get top 10 Premier League next season? Great question. I will go with no. I'm going to go with no. How do you think Tubbo will do? He's going to be the host. So probably just fine. Yeah. What's my favorite beer to consume? It's a tough one. Yo, Blejana, thank you for the prime. Meow to you too.
Meow.
What's my favorite beer to consume? I love an Asahi. I think I might go for an Asahi Zero Dry, like super dry. I'll go for an Asahi, I think. Who do you think will be the most improved player from the tourney? This might sound like glazing you. Best realistic signing that Fulham needs to make before the start of the season? A defensive midfielder, a number 6. Which trainee do you think will grind the most? I would probably say the Rap, or maybe a player like Sneeg? Prior to training, who's the best speedrunner right from the trainings? Durap. 100%. Durap is by far the best speedrunner on this list. If you had to bet money on a player, who would I bet it on? Obviously, it depends on the odds. Assuming they are all 15 to 1, I would put a lot of money on Durap. And maybe two people that I'm not going to mention. They will just be normal ranked seeds. Yes, they won't even be seed found for, I don't think. Is he the only one that has MCSR experience? Jojo has... I trained Jojo in 2022. She's also played ranked in 2025. Durap's played ranked in 2025. Ant has completely the zero cycle. I don't know what else he's done in regards to MCSR. Amy has played ranked in 2025. Jumper, I don't think has speedrun before. John A, I don't think has speedrun before. Actually, he did, but like for not properly. Hannah, I don't think has played ranked before. Sneeg has played ranked in 2025. Callum's played ranked in 2025. I don't think BBH has. Barry, Harry has. I don't think Ryan has. Right, have we got any more slightly unstupid questions? If there are more unstupid questions, I'm happy to answer them, like, now, while I'm answering questions. Are we doing BT? Probably. Not going to be hard to learn, mate. Don't worry, your coach will teach you. Ryan is Dandelion Ryan's QSMP admin. Should I start drinking? Hell the fuck yeah! What's my favorite dog breed? I'm not a massive dog person. I'm more of a I'm more of a cat person. But I used to have a boxer, so I'll say boxer. I'm incapable of asking no stupid questions. That's not a question. That's a statement. Sorry. What should I have for lunch? I would recommend. Really depends. It depends on what you've got in the house. Tuesday is a... actually, Tuesday's usually a treat day for me. Tuesday's a treat day. Wednesday's a money-saving day. Is how I usually look at things. So, good luck. Do we know the point equivalent to each dollar? You asked that question earlier, and I answered it. 1 to 1. 1 to 1. 1 to 1. $1 left over is one point. If you have any money left over, they turn into 1 point each. So, if you only bid... If you win... Captain Sparkles for $1 and Jojo for $1, then you have 8 points head start in the championship. Dark Spring rolls sound great, Sivian. Okay, do we have any more questions? Guys, it's crazy because, like, these have all been valid questions, actually. You're like, none of them have been that stupid. What if some coach goes all in? Then they'll be left with whoever's last in the draft. If I was to bid $10 for Captain Sparkles, I'd win Captain Sparkles, and then the other players would be drafting 14 players, and whoever doesn't have a bid at the end is going to be the player that you get. I don't remember if you said, but were you going to prioritize players or saving money? Players, I think. Who do you think will be the most expensive player? I'm going to put money on the fact that the most expensive player is going to be one of the 4 following players. Jojo, Durap, and Sneeg. Who are you gunning for? I'm not going to disclose that information. Do you think saving money will end up being the difference? Not at all. I could be proven wrong. I don't think so. Super quick summary of what's been explained so far. No. Sorry. I'm not doing all that again. I'm sorry. Could you beat the question mark? The best way you can look is on Tubbo's main Twitter. The video explains it decently well. And then this quote tweet on his alt explains a lot of stuff. Coaches are released on the 1st. Players will be released as soon as we know them. How will the format work if it's 32 matches? I believe it might be 31 matches, and it's a double elimination format. I think there's only 31 matches. Yes, there are 31. Oh, this is probably woke. We might not do the 31st. It might only be 30 matches. Do you know if runs are going to have a time limit? I actually don't know the answer to that question. Unfortunately. I'm hoping that they kind of do, yes. Dubbo's video says 32. He's a brick. He can't count. There's no way that there's 32 matches. It's 30 or 31. This is a woke bracket? Kinda. But as you can see, by losing round 1 of winners and then winning all of your losers bracket matches, as a coach championship, you get so many more fucking points than just winning the whole thing. If you go win, that's 15 points. If you go lose, win, that's 22 points. Like, as a coach, I want my player to lose round 1 and then go on a fucking winning streak. What's the fastest time you think they'll get? Someone will get a sub 15 in this tournament, I think. I believe someone will get a sub 15 in this tournament. Unlikely, Ollie. Are you going to psychologically manipulate your fellow coaches? I do that every day already. I'm a master manipulator. I drink matcha and listen to Leve and read feminist literature. And I'm also 6 foot. I manipulate people all the time. Sorry. What's the most recent feminist literature you've read? Recommend it to us. Close enough. Welcome back, Infume. Oh my god. Okay, alright, chat. Let's be sensible here. I'm not fucking Infume. Let's be honest. I'm not that brick. Okay, it's okay. It's alright. It's alright to be a brick. Okay, but let's talk about. Okay, the good thing is, right, from the 8 players, okay, you know what? I don't want to say people that I'm going to avoid, but there are people I'm going to avoid. Not because I don't fuck with them, because I actually fuck with them heavy. The problem is, I think the other coaches fuck with them too much. I think that some players are going to be overvalued. You just said John A. Oh yeah, I fucking hate John A. But that's just because I don't like John A. Right? Like let's make this fucking blatantly clear, okay? I'm not choosing John A because I don't like him. Okay, all right. You can clip it and shit. No, I'm joking. I get scared. I don't want people to actually not like me. I do like John A. John A's cool. Colon gay pride colon. No, he does not. Omega lol. Who is Chief Cleef? That's Kyle F. Sorry, I call him Chief Cleef. Yeah, it's Kyle. I don't quite know why the nickname Chief Cleef stuck as much as it did, but Wolfie called him Chief Cleef once, and ever since I've called him that. Genuinely, it's like my main nickname for him now. Like, I love that nickname so much. I'm calling him Chief Cleef for life. So yeah, this is my right, okay. I do actually have to think offline about what it is that I want to teach players. Sorry, which players I want to teach, which players I want to draft. But today I'm going to think about what I need to teach players. This is going to be like an open lecture. So if any of the MIDOFFS players are watching, you get some free coaching today. And if any of the MIDOFFS players are watching, then I want to fucking draft you, bruh. I think that's the plan. I'm getting the early training in, bruh. Whoa, where did my face go? Oh, I was recording something yesterday. Yes, I was. I was certainly recording something yesterday. Shout outs. I was definitely recording something yesterday. It was definitely an experience. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Let's talk about a few things. So, let's go back to the notepad, actually. Let's go back to the notepad real quick. What do I need to teach these players? Gotta start all coaching with the big three: end fights, bastions, triangulations. Triangulation is pish. I am going to go fucking crazy with these players. I'm not even trolling. I'm teaching them fucking zeros. I'm teaching them boat eye. And then I'm teaching them bastions. I'm going full woke. I'm going full fucking woke. I'm going full woke. I'm injecting the woke mind virus in day one. Day fucking one. I'm teaching them how to get boat eye, and that is step one. I'm going as woke as possible. Mega, giga, ultra woke. Yes, Pod, that is the plan. Right? Bastions will be an afterthought. But in my heart of hearts, a 4-minute bastion versus a 3-minute triangle split. I don't think any of these runners are going to sub to a bastion. The difference between teaching them the hardest and best bastion routes and just a normal bastion route is going to be a 2-minute route versus a 3.5-minute route. Teaching them how to properly triangulate versus not at all is going to be missing the fucking stronghold and a 30-second triangulation split. Okay? So in my mind, bastions are less important than boat eye. Oh, yes, Revelol, that's a great point. I'm going to try and teach these players everything they can't learn themselves. They can learn bastions themselves. What they probably can't learn themselves is preemptive. What they probably can't learn themselves, bow eye. Being honest, 0, they kind of can. They kind of can learn themselves. The Osh tutorial, very good. Very good. Shout out Osh. And all we're going to do is we're going to teach them the basic zeros well enough that they feel comfortable. And with the caveat, only pushing if clutchable. We're only doing this in the tournament if we have spare food, spare pearls, bow and arrow, spare explosives. That's fine. I'm not expecting you to push for this when you've got 5 explosives and 3 pearls. Okay? But if you've got a stack of pearls, 10 beds, 3 steak, and a bow and a stack of arrows, I should hope you're fucking trying. Because I think you can do it. Like, I think that every player on this list can hit a 0. Comfortably. Comfortably. Really quick half bow would be would net the best on average. You're probably right. But I think training them how to 0 would be huge. If not just to win, just a fucking raw style points. If I'm coaching a player, they enter the end and hit a fucking 0 cycle, I win. I don't give a fuck if I lose the whole tournament from that point. I won. I taught them how to 0 in a fucking tournament, bro. I couldn't give less of a shit if they bomb out every other seed. If they hit a 0 cycle, I did my job. That's what I'm saying, okay? That's my pod. That's exactly my plan. I will teach them what I know. I think I could get them to do front and back 97, possibly. But I think that I would chop that off for the fact that we've only got a week. I think I can get, if it's open and front or back, relatively low tower, as long as you've got enough materials, you can hit it. And I believe in that. Will they get BT seeds? God, you're so smart, Dinty. Can you 0 cycle without a bastion? The fact of the matter is, no, yes, you can. Great. Everyone will, like, because of the ranked filter, every seed will have a bastion. Hence, we sort of don't have to worry about it. It will be ranked private, so we will get BTs, yes. Okay, cool. So, plan of action, that is going to be probably step number 1, I guess. BT. This can be changed in settings. I don't know what the settings are going to be. I'll ask now in coach chat. I think you need stone pick tier to disable seed types. Brother, the owner of the mod is running this tournament. I think that we have the stone pick tier if we need it. I hope so. I hope he's got the stone pickaxe. I hope Oliver MCSR has the stone pickaxe. Fingers crossed, bro. If not, I will pay the $3 on his behalf. No, I'm only trolling. Yeah, but I know. Okay, the other thing that I would need to do is like teach them PyDar, like E-Ray and PyDar. Sivian, I assume it'll be the latter. Yeah, I think it'll be the latter. Fort Nav basics? Bro, you know, you'll never guess this. I've taught one of these 13 players Fort Nav basics in the... Okay, so everyone knows that I've taught Hannah Strongholds this week. I've taught another player Fort Nav this week. Like, I am actually... Like, I know Curry's the best coach. But I think I'm the fucking... I think I'm the coach. I think I'm that guy. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to leak who. If I leak who, people will be like, oh, shit. That person's already got training. I didn't know they had that aura. Bro, you think Curry's gonna teach them how to do fucking boat eye? LOL? He's gonna teach you how to do fucking sheetless axis, hello? He's gonna pull out like, guys, I think calculators are stupid. That's what I'm saying. I think calculators are stupid. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, guys, can we install the fucking Meta Giga Google Glass and the bionic hand so then I can control your body movements during the tournament? Curry DM'd me this cool tech where you buy ender pearls from villagers. Am I cooked? Yeah, Curry's gonna build the fucking 1.7 tower, man. We're gonna be... We're gonna go to the fucking warped forest, bro. Hey, I said 1.7 tower, not 1.7 trading. Relax. What do you do when Curry's runners start water bucketing up an east-west tower? So, I was so back. Each round a best of 3. I hate to break it to you, Pod. I think it's all a best of 1. I think every seed is a best of 1. And I think the grand finals is a best of 3. So that's why maybe there's 32 seeds, not matches though. This means that every single seed, our players need to be on it. Tobo has allocated 30 minutes per match. I, for this reason, do not plan on charging him a day rate. I think I'm going to charge by the hour for my commentary. Because it might go on for like 12 hours. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be dead ass. Like, I don't think that saying, hey, I'll do X amount a day is a good idea because it might be less than minimum wage by the time we finish this fucking tournament. Do understand, though, my players, the players that I'm coaching, they'll take 15 minutes. No cap. No doubt. Not a Yeah, not a problem. Not a single problem. Bro, they're hitting 0 cycles. For that, one of the big things that I want to do is I want to pick players that I know well. Oh my god, what the fuck? Where did that go? Shit. Bro, I was fiddling around with a fucking Sharpie in my hand and then the lid fell off and now it's all over my fingers. Dude, I've literally just been playing... I fidget a lot. I've been fidgeting with a fucking Sharpie and the pen and the lid fell off. I don't even know where the fucking lid went. I heard it hit the floor. Where did it go? I found it. Ah. Sorry. My fault. My fault. Now I've got fucking Sharpie all over my goddamn fingers. Idiot. Fucking brick. Okay, so, as I was saying, I want to pick players that are my friends so that if I am a cunt to them over the next week, they're not going to hate me for life. Because I plan on being a strict coach. I can shout at probably 9 of the 13 released players, and they will still be my friends in 2 weeks' time. And I plan on it. Because as soon as I say my work here is done, when they hit their first sub 15, they'll realize I was only being a cunt to make them better. It was tough love. That's the plan. That's the truthful plan here. I want these guys to go... I want these guys to leave this tournament thinking they can push Emerald. Thinking they can push fucking Diamond. One of the very big things for me is picking people that are similar to me, friends with me, and also excited for this. I think actually every player is looking forward to this. I'm not even lying. If I know Fulham's my coach who's my assigned therapist, oh, I'm sorry. Chat, do we have any sports psychologists? Titanium Bat, are you around? Titanium Bat, are you here? Titanium Bat, I believe, is an actual sports psychologist who is occasionally an MCSR therapist. I'm a psych major, I can help. Thanks, Ness. Thank you. Okay. I think that in all honesty, I'm happy with so many different players in this. So many different players. I'm going to off stream because I'm not going to tell you guys because I know what you're fucking like. I know that some of the 200 people here aren't always here. No judgment. No judgment at all. But I know some of you are going to be Curryway Frogs. I know some of you are going to be Feinberg Frogs. I know some of you, if I say, hey, I'm really fucking pushing for Ryan. No one fucking knows this because they're a QSMP admin and maybe they're not massive good friends. But Ryan's been grinding ranked like private rooms all week. Like I've been helping them offline, blah blah. Like if I say that, Feinberg's getting 7 chat messages tonight saying Fulham really wants to get Ryan in MIDOFFS because it says that he said that they're really good at MCSR ranked. Guys, Feinberg, listen to me. This is what Fulham said. You know what I mean? So I know what you guys are like. That's fine, and you're welcome to. The point is, this is why I'm trying to be a little bit vague in what I'm saying. Send a false flag. Ooh, that's risky. That's high risk. Put a star in your title, might as well. We do not want the... Hey, mid-off spoilers, guys. Mid-off spoilers. No chat hopping. No chat hopping, guys, please. You'll get banned. Mid-off spoilers. What's the mid emoji, bro? Like... Guys, my new title is mid-off spoilers. Fucking mid. Off. Guys, what do you think? Do you think that's good? Do you think that's a good one? Do you think that's a good one, guys? Guys, can I get a giggle? Thanks, guys. So, let's talk through my week. Let's talk through my week as well, just so that you guys can know exactly what it is that we're going to be doing here. Okay. So, during the week, Saturday is draft day. I'm busy that day. I am going to KBBQ and drinking a fuck ton of soju. Sunday the 3rd. I am going to be hung the fuck over. Okay? Let's just make that very clear. Monday the 4th. Worth giving a checklist of self-learning. Ah, I like where your head's at. Monday the 4th, stream. Teaching, probably. Tuesday the 5th. Yeah, Kira's ask away. We not spelling Wednesday? Nah, you're gonna be teaching both at once? Ideally, yes. Strictly speaking, there's no need to. Equally, very, very likely, the players will not have the same issues. If I pick two random people here, Darapchu, let's say, okay. Let's say Darapchu and Jumper. They're both lifestealers. They're both similar level of Minecraft player. Darapchu is a fiend on MCSR ranked, is gold elo, has probably over 200 games this season. Jumper probably hasn't got the mods installed. We have different problems. Coaching them at the same time might actively be a bad thing. You know? Like, it could be tough. It could be tough to coach them at the same time. So even though I'd like to, it may be that one player needs more of a different type of coaching. It may be that they need more of the basic stuff. It may be that they need more of the advanced stuff. It may be that Jumper might struggle a lot with Bastions and Johnny struggles a lot with the preemptive. It's a bit like teaching in a classroom, right? Like, I have two students that I need to teach. Either they have an hour each of coaching time, or they have 2 hours together of joint coaching time. Tobo and Callum not be kind of similar? That'd be really hype. And I've obviously already coached them both before. Problem, Tobo's not playing. So, wouldn't be able to do that. Is there unlimited coaching time? There's unlimited coaching time from the day that you draft them to day one. If that's what you're talking about, that's 5 days. So, no, not really unlimited coaching time. But if I wanted to do 24 hours times 5, sure, I can. I could hypothetically do 120 hours of coaching, yes. It's not like, oh, you're only allowed to speak to your friends for 2 hours this week to coach them. Yeah, Sunday I'm going to be very hungover. I'm kind of realizing this. Can I teach hungover? Do teachers teach hungover? Yeah, probably. I could probably teach people hungover. They just have to be, like, not very loud. Wonder if I should draft people that are quieter. Who's loud? Ah, fuck. Okay, that bit won't work. I think everyone's quite loud. Problem. It's fine. Soju isn't that bad, surely. Yeah, I'm out at like 2 p.m. on the beers. And then at about 7 p.m. on the soju. They're all Minecraft YouTubers. You're getting loud. Yeah, that's my point. I think I might... Maybe I might just have to turn them down a lot. I might have to turn them all down to like 5% volume. Guys, let's use our inside voices today, okay? Let's talk about bastions. This is a bridge bastion, okay? Here's where the gold spawns. We're going to take you through this route. We're going to... if I talk quietly, maybe they'll talk quietly back. Maybe they'll go, oh. Professor Fulham? Yeah? What is that piglin doing in the bridge bastion underneath the lava? Innocent player. That is known as the Infume piglin. It is the lowest elo piglin of the bastion. Have the Tylenol and the water on the nightstand before you even leave the house. Hey, that's a Fulham classic. Except it would be ibuprofen usually, or paracetamol, because we don't have Tylenol in the UK. We don't. That sounds woke to me. Leaving a rate my professor's review that this MF is trying to push his woke agenda. Professor Fulham reminds me of that IRL coaching thing you thought of after coaching Tubbo. What do you mean IRL? Oh, yeah! I forgot about that. That's still a banger YouTube video idea. I forgot that I thought about that. Huh. I need to make an email. I need to draft an email tomorrow. Interesting. One sec, chat. I need to reply to the guy who's trying to get my sofa. Give me a minute. Give me 1 second. I'm back. I'm back in the game now. Right. The truth nuke is I need to dude. All right. You know what? We're going to I've got a great idea. I've got a genius idea, and it's going to be fucking awesome. I'm going to put together for the Saturday and Sunday, when I'm busy, I'm going to make right now a presentation, like a PowerPoint lecture, that my students need to watch before Monday. I'm going to fill it with the most gorgeous nuggets of information that they then have to watch. That's smart. So, let's find some content. We got the asynchronous lectures in MCSR class. GG, man. Okay, so, what I do know is that my good friend Rekrap2 made 3 videos on how to speedrun Minecraft. Was it on Rekrap 1? My fault. My YouTube isn't loading. Overworld, Nether, End. They are all about 30 minutes each. Okay, cool. Let's have a quick watch of these.
Minecraft speedrunning can look very confusing. This guy's got his F3 splattered across the whole screen and his FOV's at 30. Like, what is he doing? In this tutorial, I'll try to explain all of it from the ground up. Broadly speaking, we want to get to the Nether as fast as possible. Normally, you'd get a diamond pickaxe to make the portal, but you can actually do it way faster with the 7 sexy iron. That's all you need.
Sorry? Sure. Go crazy, actually.
I didn't think I'd ever say that in a video, but look, I had to come up with something memorable. You're not going to forget that you need 7 iron, are you? 3 for a bucket to make the portal, 1 more to light the portal, and 3 more so you can mine in the Nether. Technically, this isn't all you need. You need to spawn next to some lava, and you probably need some food to survive. So really, it's 7 sexy iron plus lava food. There are 2 very easy ways to get all of this: villages and shipwrecks. Either of these can get you in the Nether in under 3 minutes. Let's start with villages, but you need to make sure you're on the right version first. So pull up your Minecraft launcher. I like to punch down on the side of a villager house. That way you have easy access to cobblestone. We're just going to make a wooden pickaxe, basic Minecraft, to make our stone pickaxe, but we're also going to make a couple extra tools. Actually, from here we need to find...
This bit's irrelevant because it's ranked. This bit's fully irrelevant because it's ranked. This is fully irrelevant because it's ranked. We do not need to make Bucket Man. At all.
Not buying wheat, so I'll go to the side of the mountain, and I think, like, for teaching how to build a portal, you shouldn't do it when it's crammed on the side of a hill. We're gonna go back to the open one. I think lava portals seem a lot more complicated than they actually are. All you need to do is find a stretch of lava 4 blocks long. You don't technically need to find one that's 4 blocks long, but that's what I'd recommend to start out. Place a block in the middle of those 4, and a water next to it.
Yeah,
break the block, and you've
picked
now...
the one that's 5 blocks long, man. That's the thing, you know?
Got the base of your portal. So this is the bottom, and this is the beginning of the wall. If you think about it, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's the height of our portal. The way I like to think about it is we have 1 obsidian, 2 obsidian, 3 obsidian, and then we hug it. So if you imagine, we're just going to fill in these slots with lava, and it's going to turn into obsidian. Conveniently, we can also just put our water bucket on the little L that we've made. It's going to flow down into the center, not going to ruin all of our lava. If you're ever worried about it ruining your lava, I just recommend digging a hole right here, and then you're just guaranteed for it to never spill over. But then we can take our lava, 1, 2, it's now 3 tall. We can start making the roof, kind of cool. We can start making this side, but uh-oh, that one's not turning into obsidian. All you need to do is go to, like, 1 block behind this pillar, place a block, this is just so it doesn't spill over everywhere, and then 1 next to it. This bumps up the water So now it turns into obsidian. Normally, you'll have flint and steel, like you would go grab a flint from a river or a pond somewhere. But I didn't, because I only got 3 iron from the iron golem, so I don't have enough to make my flint and steel. But it's actually fine. We can still enter the nether without a flint and steel. We're going to do it with wood lighting. So the base...
Okay, so right, okay, so let's do what to teach, like, real this time. Do you ever need to woodlight in ranked? Yes.
Basic idea is pretty simple. I'm just going to dig a little pit for lava to go and then place wood on the side. So this is going to catch on fire. A really cool way to speed this up, though, is if you actually turn it to hard mode, it'll catch fire faster. So now we just chill out and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Hey, there we go. We've entered the nether in like 4 minutes. A pro tip, if you can't find a lava pool, you can actually use water pools to find lava pools. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but 80% of the time, I think, or something like that, there's a lava pool underneath a water pool.
We don't need
to know this. You can just dig down next to it and find lava. You probably need to go to your options, accessibility settings, and turn on subtitles, though, because you can use this to find lava. So in the bottom right, it'll say footsteps as I'm walking around, but if I get close to lava, it says lava pops. It'll have arrows to point you in the direction of the lava. So if you're looking at it, there won't be any. From here, I'd recommend digging in. Usually going to spawn next to a shipwreck like this. In this case, though, I forgot to make my shovel, so I'm just going to make that too. And then, of course, don't forget to grab your food on your way out. You might need it later on. So now that we have everything, how do we enter the nether? We used lava last time. There's like in one of the corners, so not this one. Okay. Frame out like this. The only is we grab the 2 lava that was right here, and then directly in front of us where the stone block is, right? I was like, oh, there's like, make sure you're on mine 1, grab from in front of us. Start building the top. Make sure you grab 1 more for the left. Make sure we grab the one under the magma block, though, and then we can just mine. So from here, this is kind of a messed up portal. There wasn't lava where the stone is. So you can kind of just place any lava that you might have, but just drain the portal first, and then you just do some portal repair work. Maybe mine a block here so that it doesn't come in and burn you, or just stand up here. But boom, there you go, just portal repair work. Last couple tips about ships. There's a lot of different variations. You'll just get more used to them as you do more speedruns. Some of them are pretty tricky because...
So like I say, all of these, this doesn't really matter because there's only ever one... It's always going to be a full ship in ranked. Like, so that's why overworlds are slightly different for this, I think. So I'm going to kind of take this into account, but also kind of ignore it because it's not actually that important. The nether one's probably
This is part 2 of a speedrunning tutorial. I'd recommend watching part 1. I mean, you don't need
MCSR ranked explanations videos? What do you mean by that? Oh, what? You mean like the ones done by like Mungie and Silver and that stuff? Like these ones? I guess. I didn't like them that much. I'll be honest, I really didn't like them that much. I guess the individual bastions were okay. That could be super useful. I don't know. They don't feel like a good learning resource when you're first learning, personally.
As long as you're in the nether with an iron pickaxe, some blocks, and some food. In this video, we'll cover the entire nether, which has the most information, but also the coolest strats. The most important thing, by far, is finding a bastion. This will give us all kinds of goodies, but most importantly, ender pearls to beat the game. After that, we'll get blaze rods from a fortress, and we're done with the nether. But how do we find them? Sometimes you'll spawn directly above, and they're buried. Well, bastions have a lot of entities. We're actually going to use the F3 screen to find the bastion. So if you look in the top left, the row where it says E, this is showing how many entities are on your screen. The right side of the slash shows how many entities are in your loaded area. The left side shows how many you're looking at. So if you watch, there's 50 in this direction, but only 6 over here. It's as simple as looking where the entities are. That is where your bastion is. But in the real world, the entities aren't distributed that drastically. There's 40 over here, 20 over here, 40 over here. So we use a cool trick to narrow this down. All you do, lower your FOV. Now we can pinpoint exactly where those entities are. There's 5 in this direction, but 50 over here. This is the basic premise. If you're all the way down on your FOV and you see 30 in a direction, there's almost always a bastion. There are a couple caveats. Sometimes your F3 screen will say there's 50 entities in this direction, but it'll be a false spike because of the Crimson Forest. You're not going to be able to E-ray bastions unless you go to your options, video settings, and your entity distance is at 500%. If it's on 50, you're only going to be able to detect mobs within a couple chunks of you. There's a couple other tricks to finding bastions though. For example, I know that bastion mobs load in before all regular mobs, meaning as soon as I enter the nether, I can pause my game and see the entities load in. It'll load back.
This is actually super important for ranked, actually. This is super important for ranked because of zombie piglin wonders, which is really important in high level, less so in low level, I think. So pausing is definitely needed in ranked. You still need to pause in ranked. I don't think that our players are going to need to worry about it as much, but it is important.
Bastions before all other things. So we've got 200 entities here. We've definitely got some bastions. There's one this direction, another this direction, another this direction. Oh my gosh, we have tons. So what speedrunners will do is they pause their game as soon as they enter the nether, and they'll watch this number. Remember, the right shows you how many are in your loaded area. If this number spikes up by 20 or 30, a bastion just loaded in, and you can immediately do your scan thing and look for that 30 or 40 number. Another cool thing you can do, you can actually change your render distance. So all the bastions I've located are within 20 chunks of me. But say I have 2 spikes of 40 and I want to know which one's closer. Well, let's just turn it down to 10 and see if any spikes are still there. We're getting 1 in this direction, so I'd probably go this direction instead of any of the other because this bastion is probably closer. There's actually only a couple more things you need to know before becoming a
Where was the bastion? Red Crap, where was the bastion?
Is probably closer.
I didn't see it, bro.
There's actually only a couple more things you need to know before becoming a bastion finding expert. Namely, how they generate, because there's a pattern to their generation in another. This image represents the coordinates of a Minecraft world. So the center is 0, 0. This is generally where you'll spawn in. The green areas represent where bastions can spawn. Red is where they can't. We're mainly concerned with these 4 green squares. We call these the 4 quadrants. They go from roughly 0, 0 to 400. The reason this graph is important is because we generally don't want to stay on like the Z-axis or the X-axis because it's mostly red. There's not going to be a bastion. What does this actually mean for a Minecraft world? When you spawn in, don't go straight in one direction. You want to go diagonal into a quadrant. I should also probably go over coordinates real quick. So the first one is X, middle is Y, last is Z. You can tell this because it's in order, X, Y, Z. If you look at the center of your screen, you'll see these colorful lines. Red is associated with the first one. Blue is associated with the last one. The way I like to do it is the direction they're pointing, it goes positive. So if I follow the red arrow, this first number is going to go up. If I follow the blue arrow, this number will go up. You generally don't need to look at the middle number as much. This is the Y height. This is up and down. This is the green arrow. So up goes up. Then it works the same in the other direction. So if I go this way, the first number will go down. If I go this way, this last number will go down. While this is useful to know, you almost always want to just bank off of your E-ray. This is what it's called, E-ray. I see 50 in this direction. I'm just going to follow this directly. The reason this graphic is so important is because if you get to like 300 on either of your coordinates and you still haven't seen a bastion, one probably just didn't spawn there. But another trick for looking around, if you turn your FOV all the way to Quake Pro, you can actually see more of the nether. This is because the fog in front of us is actually rendered in a straight line from a player. This is important because the distance from here to the center is shorter than the distance from us to the diagonal. Turning our FOV up makes it so that we can see farther into the diagonal. So look over here where my cursor is. If I turn my screen, you can kind of see the fog turn as well. We can see the lava on the corner of our screen, but if we look...
This is really smart. This is a really good explanation of this. This is a really good explanation of this.
Look directly at it, it's gone. You see that? Kind of cool. So what speedrunners will do is they'll turn their distance to Quake Pro and kind of turn in a circle, looking at this very edge to see if they see a bastion or a fortress. Oh, look at that. there's a bastion over there. So as a recap, when you spawn into a world, immediately pause your game, make sure F3 is open. Watch this number. We're looking for it to jump up by 30 or so. It's already at 30, so there's probably not a bastion here. I'm just going to increase my render distance by 5. Now, the numbers won't immediately go up. You kind of have to update the game, so just unpause and pause real quick. Oh, it went up by 50. Maybe there's Bastion. Let's see. Let's scan. Is there a Bastion anywhere? Not looking like it. There's like 27 over there, but it's probably not a Bastion. We're in a Crimson Forest. Let's increase it
Does he not
a
speak
little.
about MNC? Doesn't sound like he speaks
More.
about
See if
MNC.
we see a Bastion.
Obviously,
oh,
we're
look at
guaranteed
that.
one,
There's
so that's
30 over there now. Maybe a Bastion. 35 over there. Probably a Bastion. Okay,
Nope.
I think I'm liking the spike in this direction. Let's see if we got it right. That was a false positive, so
No, that
it
wouldn't
didn't
be
look like
correct.
there was a Bastion really anywhere close to us. So this wouldn't have been a great world. The Bastions were pretty far
This
away.
is 2 years ago, so maybe he must know about this now. But like, back in the day, like that's hey, just saying.
But you might be thinking, how do I traverse over the Nether? Are there any rules? Not really. It's kind of tricky to navigate the Nether. You'll just get it better as you go. The only rule I think is useful is when in doubt, go up. The higher parts of the Nether are
Truth, nerd.
generally more open. Also, since you're so high up, if you're in a boat and go off the edge, you won't take any fall damage. There's actually a few cases where you will take fall damage. Minecraft is just really weird. There's just a couple heights that if you drop from, your boat will break and you'll die. So what I'd recommend is right before you hit the ground, you just hop out of your boat and you're guaranteed to never die. But other than that, you know how to find a bastion. I'd recommend going into a couple worlds in creative and just see if you can find one. For me, I just load a new world, make sure you're in creative mode. And then when you've logged in, as long as you're not looking at a block, you can go /set_block space and then press the tab button 3 times. Go rename. Yes. If you get like 5 yeses, that's probably good enough to move on. But let's talk about bastions. How do we deal with them? Once you get to one, the most important thing by far is just identifying what type of bastion it is. There's 4 types of bastions. This first one, it's called bridge because it's got this massive bridge. It's the only bastion with this giant pile of gold in front, and it kind of looks like a pig face if you look at it hard enough. Next one is called treasure because it's got this big box out the back. This is where a pile of treasure is. That's where it gets the name from. It has these like lava moat thingies and then 2 towers out the back. Our last 2 look fairly similar, but this one is stables. You can tell it's stables because it has this stables portion where the hoglins spawn. And then out the front, we have 3 towers. The last one, though, only has 2 towers. It's called housing because out the front, these are housing units. So instead of stable units, we have housing units. There's like this big open courtyard in the front, and then 2 towers in the back. So what I'd recommend you do is download this practice map. I'll have a link in the description. I mean, it's up to you whether you want to download something from the internet. You should always be careful what you're downloading, but this is the link I and many other people have used. I think it's pretty safe. You just click on the zip file and it'll download that on your computer. And then to get it into your Minecraft world, you can go options, resource packs, open folder. This will take you into the .minecraft folder. So if we go back one directory, click on .minecraft, there's this save section. This is where we'll put the actual world file. So in your downloads folder, you should have a zip file. This is the one we just downloaded. You can right click on it and go to extract files. If you don't have the option to extract files, you'll probably need to download WinRAR, and I'll put a link to that in the description too. And now we have this world folder. This is actually a Minecraft world. But since we extracted it, you just want to double click and there's actually a folder in a folder. This is the one we want to like Control X or right click and cut. And then we can go back to our .minecraft folder into saves, just paste it. Since I already have the world though, it's asking me to replace it, so I'm just gonna cancel that. So if all goes right, you should have this thing, Llama's Bastion Practice 3. Whatever. When you load into the world, you'll see this on the left. There's the settings button. I would just change a
This is Rekrap's video on how to speedrun the Nether. I'm just looking through it, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like, picking up on some things that I might want to take into the coaching sessions next week.
couple things. This kind of picks what bastion you're going to spawn at. I would set this to random. Then on this mycelium block, I would click disable terrain. And then from here, you can just click start, go into spectator or creative mode, and just tell me what bastion is this? What is this one? It's treasure. Nice.
Treasure.
Oh, to move on or leave the next one, if you have an iron pickaxe, you can just throw it and it'll send you back to the beginning. I think you always start with an iron pickaxe, but if you go to the right side of this, right click, this is like your loadout one, so you can kind of pick and choose the items you want and just put a pickaxe in here. Click save, and now the next time you load in, you'll have this same hotbar. So what is this one? This one is bridge. It's got the bridge thingy out front. This one is, oh, what is it? it's stables. The stables is the only one that spawns naturally with hoglins, and it has. You can kind of tell it's stables because it has these flat walls as opposed.
Also, yo, not true, bro. Bridge spawns with 2 hoglins. What are you talking about, big wreck rap, bro?
To
I'm being a pedantic little prick. Don't worry.
housing, which here, let me check a housing real quick. As opposed to housing, which looks kind of similar, the edges of this are very rugged. So housing has the housing units, stables has the stables units, housing has this center chest and open area at front that no other bastion has. This one is also housing. We just spawned on top of the housing units. This one is bridge. I can tell it's bridge because I'm on the underside of the bridge. Sometimes you'll spawn in through the back here and it's kind of hard to tell. But now that you have a basic idea of what bastions are, let's make it a little bit more tricky. Turn on terrain. If you make sure the spawn point is on terrain and let's set it maybe 50 blocks away, now it gets kind of tricky. What bastion is this now? This is the problem with speedrunning. Sometimes all you'll see are tiny slivers and you have to know which kind of bastion it is. So a really good practice tip is just fly around bastions and kind of identify key features. Guys, this one, I know it's stables because there's 3 towers to it. Stables is the only one that has 3 towers. So if I look at it, there's this bottom stables section. Look at that. This one, it's behind a wall. I can do my E-ray thing though. Let's see. Oh, is it this way? Oh, look, it's this way. What bastion is this one? I'll just fly around. This one is treasure. Treasure's the only one that has these massive flat walls. So if I fly in, we have the giant pile of treasure at the bottom. What about this one? Do you know what this one is? I can kind of tell because the back side of it, this is, so with bridge, there's like this back section, which is like the mini bridge, and then the front section has this massive bridge.
Like
so
Dora.
I could kind of tell that it's bridge. Also, it's like the most
Pokemon?
wide bastion, so I can kind of tell what that is. If you want to get really detailed, like I've studied like the bottom sections of bastions. So if you gave me what is it, like this angle, I could tell you that it's a bridge bastion.
God, maybe that's is that too old? Is that actually too old of a reference? That's, oh my God, it's a vine. No, people might not actually know. People probably weren't around in Vine. Dude, no, I know some of you got it, but people might not have. Bro, people might not have been around for Vine.
Okay, once you've done that a couple times, let's talk about routing. The basic idea is we want all the gold and all the piglins in one spot so we can trade as quickly as possible. In the case of bridge, it's pretty simple. 10. We're going to come here and mine all of the blocks except for one. Now, there might be an occasional piglin on the bridge here that's angry at you. Just turn your ingots and, your blocks into ingots, chuck them. The guy's not going to bother you anymore. Oh, look at that. They're coming to pick up the gold. Once we have all the blocks but one mined, we can turn it into ingots and make ourselves a helmet. This will just make it so these guys won't be angry at us anymore. They're still a little bit angry because they saw us mine the gold, so you can just chuck them another little piece. But mine the last gold block and make sure you have this and your gold on your hotbar. You can chuck them another gold if they're angry at you. And we're just going to run down the center of this hallway. Now, there might be an occasional hoglin that's angry at you. Don't worry. Just use the lava bucket to kill him. If you don't have a lava bucket, you're just going to have to be a master dodger. Up on the right side, this first gap between the 2 lava falls, this is where we want to be. We want to place a block on the we have until where it's right here. From here,
okay, we're playing some old ass
ingots.
route.
This is like our.
I'm just teaching them the optimal routes. I don't even care. I'm just gonna teach them fucking crack and DK. Crack smoker and DK, I think, is what I'll teach them.
Safety goal. So we're gonna take it as we go to the top to loot the chests. So bridge is kind of unique in that the center part is always the same. I didn't really care, so one simple thing. So if you line yourself up on these 2 blocks, so it's like you're gonna land on the edge of this one right here, and you sprint the whole time, as long as you press spacebar as you're falling here, you'll make the jump 100% of the time. So I just line myself up, sprint, spacebar, and I made it 100% of the time. Super easy. We're going to loot this side. There might occasionally be some angry pigs, though, so you can do one of 2 things. You can chuck some gold on the ground and then loot the chests. Or what I like to do is you can dig next to the chests, place a block above you, and then mine the block directly under the chest. And now we can open it and the guys shouldn't get angry at us. You might occasionally get them angry at you, But in that case, you can just toss them some gold in the chests or gold on your hotbar. Sometimes there'll be like gold sword. You can just chuck it out of the chest and that'll distract them so you're not going to die. Then we've looted the right and left sides, and I just need to make my way back. You can either make this jump or play it safe and place a couple blocks. Lots of towers, and at the top of the towers, you can actually see on the back, there's a whole bunch of
Trevor.
block back into the lava. But we can turn our block into ingots, chuck
only
those on
one
the
Trevor
ground,
route?
and this guy isn't gonna get angry at you and kill you.
That's fine. Trevor's really simple.
In front
I'll
of the
teach him
stairs,
safe Trevor as well.
and then
I will,
up.
I will.
And then here's your backup block. So same on this side, it's directly in front of the stair. You had to do that real quick. But if there isn't lava everywhere, we're gonna start the route down here at this chest. So if you have a good enough axe and they're not close enough to you, you can break it, they'll get angry. Now, the most important thing is knowing like where to run. Sometimes it'll be hard to see
he
the
know the
towers
tech
in the
of this?
background. But you're going to want to make sure before you break the chest, probably know where you're going to run. So I'm going to run towards the tower this way. I've broken the chest. They're all angry at me just for...
There's tech here. I don't know if people know the tech. This is some fucking retro tech, bro. That's the thing. Some of these coaches are new. Only Curry, Fine, and me are retro enough. Like, they genuinely might not know this manhunt tech.
Actuality's sake, I'm going to go into survival. We're going to place one block here, right next to the chest, and then a block to keep ourselves safe. From here, we just mine 3 blocks in front of us so that we open up into this passageway, and then you can let them all...
They don't know I follow Lewis Fulham on YouTube. Can you please give me $1,000? They don't know I know this trick because I follow Lewis Fulham on...
chase you, and then directly on the right, there's like a hidey hole that you can get into. Sorry, I kind of had to do things fast because they were murdering me. But then you go down 1, 2, 3, forward until you hit the gold block, and then directly on your left, this is where you make your hole. And all of the guys should go down into the hole, and you can just chuck them
I might teach them old housing because I can't be bothered with this woke new shit.
the gold.
Maybe
Then
it's right.
we go forward until we see the one at our head height.
I'm
From
teaching them
here,
right
we
hole,
go
I don't
right,
care.
there's gold. I mean, left, there's gold. Right, there's gold. These are all of the gold blocks in the entire bastion, or at least on the lower section. So I'm going to check all these guys the gold. Get this
It's
little
just
bit
a
of
hole,
gold.
what's
It's
the
just kind of
difference?
repetitive. But
Genuinely like nothing. You have to place one more block if you go right hole. Like,
the best way to learn bastion routing is just to watch people do it and then see if you can do it. Now that they have all the gold, it's probably time to sort your inventory. Maybe eat some food if you're low on health like I was. But now we place 2 blocks here. This just seals in our trades. And we go up, back to loot. What I like to do is break this block and this block. And then place one more under me just so that I can access the trades here. And then I also have a staircase on the way back. Once we've done this, we can check the chest that we looked over, get all of the useful stuff out of this. We've got our pearls, we got our obsidian, and we got our string. We're totally good to leave. Boom. If you're starting from the top, it's a little bit different. You got to play a little bit more ballsy. You're just going to hit a guy and run down the staircase. So this is a bit tricky. I mean, it's just practice, like getting used to these bastions.
This is fine. This is fine. Like, all of this is absolutely fine. Is this still housing? No, we're at stables now? Okay.
Not because it looks crazy or anything, but because there's the most variability. In all the other bastions, it mostly generates the same every single time.
Do I just always make them do triple to gap? Yeah, probably. I think that's just the right play. Oh, but double triple's so much better. Double triple's just so much better.
time. But in this case, there's 3 towers here, each with a top half and a bottom half that you can really only see from the side. The top half can have either a tall, medium, or short tower. So this is what they look like, either a tall, medium, or short tower. And then if we just fly around to the back, the lower section also has 3 parts. So there's the right, left, and center. The center is always the same, just kind of like bridge, but the left and right can generate differently. You might have heard the term good gap and bad gap when it comes to speedrunning. That's referring to, like, on this lower section, you see how there's the gap here? See how this is only a 1 tall gap? 1 tall is good. A good gap basically means there's gold at the bottom of this section. A bad gap is too tall, and it means that there's no gold at the bottom. So the funny thing about this bastion is if you don't get a good gap, like this 1 block tall thing, there's not gold in the entire bastion, and you can't route it. Technically, if you get a tall tower like this, there is a couple gold blocks in the top there, and you can learn bastions on that, but I'm not going to go over that. This is just introduction. There's tons of different bastion rounds that you can look into. These are just the basics to get you through a run. With this bastion, we always route from the very bottom middle of this entire thing. So you're going to go into the stables portion. We're actually never going to use the stables portion, even though there are some gold blocks. They spawn very randomly, and it's not very consistent. One easy to tell like what direction you're looking is by using these pillars. You see how there's 2 on this side and 1 on this side? If there's 2 pillars on your right, you always just go forward. This is where we want to, like, this is where the 3 towers are. So we go all the way down to the bottom where this chest is. There's always going to be a chest here. This is where the route starts. We place a block here and jump up. This just makes it so that, like, no...
I don't like this anymore. I don't want to think about that route.
Fortress. And this is actually way easier than the bastion. This is probably my favorite thing I've ever learned while speedrunning. I think it's so cool because we're going to find a fortress using this spawner. So if you hold shift and press F3, you'll get this pie chart in the bottom right. This displays a lot of things about the game, but we can manipulate it to show us if there's a spawner in our loaded area. The way we do this is we click the number associated with tick first. So in my case, it's 5 right now. Then level, entities, block entities. If you ever mess up or want to go back to the beginning of the pie chart, just press 0 a couple times. So for me, I clicked 5, 1, 1, 3. If you've done it right, you should see like a blue turquoise thingy. This pie chart is showing us all of the block entities in our loaded area. The blue turquoise section are spawners. If you don't have a spawner on your screen, all you want to do is increase your render distance until that spawner appears. The way you do this, you can go to your options and increase it by 1 every time, or there's just a simple hotkey. You hold F3 and press F. It'll increase it by 1. So for me, we're at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It appeared from 15 to 16. That's important because we want to go 1 below that. You can do this with the same F3F thing, except you hold shift this time and it'll go in reverse. Now that I'm at 15, you'd think the turquoise thing would disappear because it wasn't there when we were at 15 last time. Well, Minecraft is a little bit weird in like remembering what it's loaded. So we actually have to go like 3 or 4 below it and refresh the pie chart. So you just turn it off and back on. And now Minecraft is like, oh yeah, of course there isn't a pie chart. I remember now. There's no pie chart. Then we can go back up to that 15, and now we know that if we increase our render distance by 1, the spawner will be located.
I'm turning on webcam so you can see the pie chart.
Hold F3 and press G will show chunk borders. So we're just going to test 1 chunk in each direction to see if it's in that direction. So I'm going to go across this chunk border. Is it this way? No, it's not this way. Is it this way? No. Is it this way? No. Then it must be this way. So if I cross over this chunk border, the spawner should appear, which it does. That means there's a spawner 15 chunks in this direction. But if you think about it, the way Minecraft loads chunks is in like a square around you. At least in this version, it's different in newer versions. But in this version, it loads it in a square around you. So it could be any one of these chunks off in front of us. Now we use our knowledge of quadrants and where the spawner can actually be. You can also just double check your measurements. So I'm going to travel this way, and if I don't see the spawner or the fortress, maybe I come over here and do the same thing. Is it still here? Oh yeah, it's within how many chunks? It's within 8 chunks of us. So I'm going to go down a couple, refresh, back up to 7. Now we cross over chunk borders. Is it this way? No. Is it this way? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so it's 7 chunks in this direction. Oh, look at this. Here's our fortress, and right over here is our spawner. Like, this thing is so cool. Only caveat with this, there is a bastion that also has a spawner, so sometimes you'll be detecting this bastion because it has the magma spawner. So you have to come down here and break it and redo your PIDAR is what it's called. You do your PIDAR scan, or the run's just dead and you restart. But now that we're in the fortress, there's a couple key things. I mean, first of all, put on your fire resistance so you don't die. But second, sometimes you might find the fortress and end up in a hallway like this, and you're like, okay, what direction do I go to find the spawner? First, we need to understand that there's two parts to a fortress. This open section, like this, where there's no roof, and the closed section, like this, that does have a roof. First, we need to understand there's two parts to a fortress. This open section, which has the blaze spawners, and this closed section, which does not. You want to get out of here. We always transition from the closed section to the open section with this, like, center dot lava thingy. If you're in this open section, you always want to get to that lava dot center thing. And there's a couple rules that you can follow to solve the maze of this nether fortress. If you see stairs like this, always go up these stairs. But if there's stairs with nether warts, always go down. So you go up regular stairs, down nether wart stairs. So you can also enter through the back like this. You always go forward through these following the downward staircase. If you find any balconies, you follow the direction of the balcony. So this balcony is pointing this direction, so I follow this one. Oh, look, there's another balcony pointing this direction. Let's go over here. Okay, staircase up, still go up. And now we found the center lava dot thing. I think that's so cool. You can find the starting generation of any fortress by following those key rules. Up regular stairs, follow the balconies, and through nether wart stairs. We want to be towards the open portion of the fortress because this is where the blaze spawners are. There's always two blaze spawners at any fortress. There's not as cool tricks to find.
There's usually two blaze spawners in a fortress.
These, other than, you can kind of think the way a fortress generates like a tree. This is the trunk of the tree, and the closer you stay to the trunk, the more likely you are to find a blaze spawner. So you want to stay towards like a ton of intersections and close to the closed portion of it. Sometimes you might run into wither skeletons. Don't worry. Very simple way to deal with them. Pillar up 1, 2, 3 blocks. They will jump on the ledges, and you can punch them off. Super, super simple. Other than that, we just want to stay at the blaze spawner and kill blazes until we get 6 blaze rods at least. Blazes have a 50% chance of dropping, and it kind of just depends how confident you are with speedrunning. Maybe your first run, try and get 8 rods or something. You can also get blazes to spawn more often by opening the spawning spaces, so you can just take your pick.
Okay, yeah, I'll teach them blaze bed as well. Let's look at the end one. I assume he does triangulation in this one as well? Yeah.
This is part 3 to my speedrunning tutorial. I'd recommend watching the other 2, but if you haven't, we left off in the nether with our blaze rods, pearls, and 10 obsidian. So let's talk about how to leave the nether properly. You would think you would just build a portal, but when we leave the nether, we want to exit as close to the stronghold as possible. To get as close as possible, we need to understand how strongholds generate. They generate...
Okay, so we're forcing 20, so this bit really doesn't matter. Like, we'll be playing for 20 in almost every run and or home portaling. So...
in rings. For nether, meaning if
mostly skip.
Just look at my core, go to dig for...
Wait, 150,
build my portal
150?
At 150, 150.
150, 150 reference! Yippee!
Building your first portal, I'd recommend trying to build it higher up than lower down. This will just make it so that we spawn on the surface on the cores, but we're fairly close, so I'm totally fine to build it here. Let's see how far away the stronghold was. 800 blocks. That's not bad, especially when you consider if we'd gone to our original portal, minimum, it'd be 1,200 blocks away. It could be almost 3,000. Now, if we got all of our blaze rods over here, we're at negative 130, 40. So I'd probably try to get closer to the 0 to 100, meaning I'd go this way to make my first number get close to 200, and then this way to make this number get closer to 0. So I'd throw some pearls, maybe I'd end up here, negative 215, advise the vendor. You need 20% chance of breaking, so not super likely, but we want to throw as few pearls as possible. So we're going to do something called triangulation. Basically, these eyes are always pointing to the stronghold. I've gone a little bit closer to illustrate this point, but the idea is the same. You throw one pearl, tell where it's going via coordinates, or just like placing blocks on the ground. This is like probably the best beginner way to do it. Going to a different spot, throwing an eye, again, marking down your coordinates or using blocks. And we're just following these two lines to where they intersect. So if you're far away, they'll look pretty parallel, but way off in the distance, they are gonna meet up. This is especially true if you're very close to the stronghold. So watch this. If we mark down where this eye is going, and then we come over here and throw it, look at this. These two lines are pointing to like right here. And if we dig down, We're at the stronghold. So, with that idea in mind, we're always going to throw 2 eyes when we exit another portal and measure where they're going. Most of the time, though, they're going to look like they're going in exactly the same direction, and it's not super useful. So, we're going to open our F3 screen. If you throw an eye, this number right here, left to right, 163 point estimation. You can look up the inner workings of trigonometry, but the idea is we throw 1 pearl, we measure its direction, so I already measured it, -160. Try to get as close to 90 degrees as possible. You can look at these coordinates and actually get 90 degrees, but I'm probably just going to turn and say different jumps and a little bit extra. Throw another eye, measure it. So this one is -164.6. I'd recommend typing them out in chat. It's just way easier to keep track. And then we take the difference between these 2 angles. So this difference is 0.7. Now, here's where the cool bit comes in. We can use this difference in angle to determine how far away the stronghold is. And it's super easy to remember. If it's a 1 degree angle change, that's 1,000 blocks. If it's a 2 degree angle change, that's 500 blocks. If it's a 0.5 degree angle change, that's 2,000 blocks. The actual measurements come from this chart right here that somebody made with a whole bunch of trigonometry and math. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to look at it, but there's only a couple key things we need to remember. It's that 0.5 is 2,000, 1 is 1,000, 2 is 500, and from there you can kind of figure out how far yours is. So the more angle change you get, the lower it goes. So if you have a 5.2 angle degree change, that's only 190 blocks away. That's we got blocks away, so you can kind of
okay. Well, we're gonna be using a calculator, so it's okay.
Look at your coordinate number, because remember, I know I'm going mainly.
Does he use a calc in any of these?
Pointing to this chunk. I know it's this chunk because if I throw an eye, it goes straight down in chunk values. Meaning, if our colorful lines are pointing to this corner of the chunk, this corner of the chunk is 0, 0, and we can see that because the string a chunk is 4, 4. The first thing I always do is just look at these colorful lines. They're both pointing off to the right here to this corner, so I know that corner is 0, 0, and it'd be one far way to visualize. It's funny speedrun compilations. There'll be like lava that can generate. It's a lot easier. You're also is you don't need to go to those specific coordinates, that 150, 150, or 220, 0. Because we're going to come -300 measures. Oh, one more important thing. So if you dig into a cave, you can actually know how far up.
Yep, that's fine.
Coordinates, so look at that.
That's fine.
At the train and go, I don't want to go all the way up to that tree. Oh, didn't mean to throw that. So I'd probably just go up here to this tree, maybe end up here because it's fairly clear. Okay, let's throw 1 eye. 2. Inside the ring. Remember, that's what this thing is called. We built it like way out here. Now is here we're gonna have to do a little bit of math. So we're gonna go back into our nether portal because we're gonna do double travel. That's what it's called. Use the nether to that number by further point.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to be using a calc.
Here, you probably need to install a newer version of Java, and I'll try to leave a link to that. Okay. But this is what I use in my videos. So you just double click on it, and this is what you get. Ninja Brain Bot. It is so OP. We can use this to get the exact location down to the block of the stronghold. What you want to do first, though, is just change your settings so that it is that accurate. So if you go into your settings, these are mine. You can kind of change them to as you want. I like the detailed view. But in the advanced tab, we want to find the spot that says standard deviation. And we want to make sure this says 0.008. Then
who are we vouching for? He's in the vouchers channel of a Discord. Ooh. Vouch for me, Reg. Vouch for me. I don't know who we're vouching for. I don't know what the voucher's for.
We're going to want to go to our keyboard shortcuts and assign a button to press for 0.01 angle change and -0.01. You can use the plus and minus buttons on your keyboard. You could use backspace and enter. You could use J and R, whatever buttons you're not using on your keyboard. And then also probably assign up on the left side of the middle pixel of.
This is fine. I'm going to teach them bow eye. Oh, we're going to do preemptive? That's good.
Stairs like this are really good. Stairs like this are still good, but not as good. You always want to follow light because portal rooms give off light. And there are secret rooms that generate in strongholds you should be aware of. So like this room, for example. I know there's a secret room behind this wall. The reason I know that is pretty cool. If you come to a 5-way room, this is what a 5-way room looks like. and the upper section has like a blank stone wall, so it's like inset, it's not flush up against the wall like this. There's gonna be a hidden room on the adjacent wall, and like that's pretty much all there is to it. So like this one, it has the inset stone wall, so I know there's a secret room behind this. I mean, you can also know because there's like a button that generated here. But lots of the time there won't be a button. And so that's how you can know where secret rooms are. This is 100% the case unless I think you're facing the south direction. But if you see insets like this, always check this. There might be a hidden room. With those basic rules in mind though, there's actually a better way to pinpoint where the spawner room is. I mean portal room, because the portal room has a silverfish spawner. Sort of in the same way that we located a fortress, we can use our F3 screen to detect where that spawner is. So go back to your pie chart. You can press 0 a whole bunch to go back to the beginning of the pie chart. This time though, if we go into game renderer, so for me it's 2.
I want to see how he teaches
things
this.
like spawners and chests. So it's the same idea. If we're refreshing our pie chart, it's going to look different in different directions. Like there's more block entities in this direction than over here. Spawners make this orange section very big. So the basic idea is we're going to follow where the big orange section is. But it gets very confusing and hard to detect if you're on a high render distance. So we're going to set this low all the way down to 8 chunks and turn our...
Wait, big news. Oh my god, big, massive news. F3 debug screen change on Java. New F3, old F3. And it's customizable. You can turn things on or off or always. You can have things always on screen. Like just FPS always on screen, or like just your coordinates. This is huge. Actually a huge change. Thank you, Minecraft! You are making speedrunning more viable in the newest version. You're really cooking. You are really and truly cooking. Thank you very much, Minecraft. Now just change Pearl rates, add F3, F back, make E-ray work, and maybe possibly change the pie chart to be a little bit smaller or customizable size. That'd be nice. And then we'll all go to that version. How about that? What do you think? Mr. Mojang? Anthony? What are we saying? What are we saying? Please, please, please. If I flutter my eyelids, will you do it? And put lava pools on surface, and fix ocean ravines, and remove everything below Y0. Make blaze rates 100%. True. Make the dragon insta-perch every time. No, like, that's the thing. I don't mind it being harder and different to 1.16.1. But if it's accessible, like, not impossibly annoying to speedrun, I don't want to have to hit 4 bastions every time I play. If I can hit 1 bastion, get all the pearls I need, sure. Magma Ravines leaving sucks. Also, I would say that brutes are fine. I actually quite like routing the bastion with brutes. It's annoying that they've gone and replaced some piglins with brutes. It'd be nice if they just, rather than replacing the piglins with brutes, they just added brutes instead. So you've got the same number of piglins. You just got to deal with the brutes. Makes it a challenge. That's fine. I don't mind that. Less pearls, that's fine. That's okay. And then bring F3F back, please.
Entity distance down to 50%, so we're only loading things around us. We don't want to be loading like mine shafts 100 blocks away or anything like that. It's going to screw up our readings. So now the same idea is true. We just see where the orange spike is biggest. Now sometimes you can't tell like where the orange spike is biggest. But if you look at this number right here, so mine says 0.96, that's the important one number we want to look at. To further amplify our signals though, we're going to turn our FOV down, so we're only looking at specific areas. Now if we turn around and refresh, you'll see that we get different values in different directions. So there's like a 50 value over here, but 90 value over here. If we follow the biggest spike, that's the highest likelihood that we're going towards the spawner because we're detecting the spawner. So if I go this direction, we're probably gonna find a spawner or a whole bunch of chests. If we go this direction, as I expected, there's a mine shaft. This is going to be the bane of your existence. We were detecting this spawner, this cave spider spawner, not good. So if you spawn next to a mine shaft, it's gonna throw off your readings. In this case, our spawner was directly behind here. And so we probably did detect it. Let's zoom in a little bit, see if we did. We were getting a 50 or 60 reading, which it depends on the computer. But for me, like I know that if I get like a 50 to 80 reading, that's probably going to be the spot, the port. Leave a link in the description. I would entity distance backup. Close. While you're waiting, make sure you have your beds crafted. Ideally, you would craft all of these before you enter the end. But you should have plenty of time to do it before. Oh, did you see that? That was the dragon flicking. Also, if any Endermen get angry at you, I just place a boat on top of a block, and that'll get them trapped in there. But I think we might see a perch here, waiting for the flick of the dragon. Boom.
Why is the dragon flicking, bro? What? Hey. I mean, look, all respect. You know what I mean? But that's crazy. Parker saying the dragon's flicking is wild.
In there. But I think we might see a perch here, waiting for the flick of the dragon. Boom. That was a dragon flicking, and it's now coming down. And you'll see it spiral on the center fountain. Here's another example. The dragon flicked, and it's now circling down on the center pillar. When it does that, we want to pearl into the fountain. Now that we're at the center fountain, we want to take note of how the dragon is spinning. If we look at its head has two hitboxes. There's a little hitbox inside of the big one. You see this? See how it's spinning on the right side? Here's another example. If I look up, the dragon is spinning to the right. We want to go the same direction that it's spinning. So I'm going to go over to the right side of my obsidian setup. This is very important because it's going to determine how much damage our beds do. So I go over here and I place my bed down. This is how I'm going to explode them. From here, we need to understand the dragon hitboxes. The dragon has two hitboxes for its head. A large one and a very small one. That very small one is what we want to focus on. When we detonate our beds, all of the damage comes from the pillow of the bed. We want to right click and detonate our bed when the dragon's smallest hitbox is directly above this pillow. The only other important thing besides that you need to know is when the dragon is gonna break your bed. So if you wait too long, like in this case, the dragon broke my bed and I failed the one cycle. This is just something you gotta get a feel for. The dragon has different heights, so maybe explode it a turn early for when you're starting off bed cycling. That is how you beat Minecraft. If you're really serious about this, I'd recommend watching other videos. There's always new bastion routes to learn, things like zero cycle that I didn't go over. But really, the best thing to do to get better is just practice. Practice. Have fun doing your runs. And that is it for me. I will see you guys later. Peace.
Thank you, Recrap. There were some really good points in that. I need to write a few things down. I'm pretty happy with this. I think I've got this down to a science then. We've got setup, overworlds times 5. We have the bastions that I need to do. Portals, wood lighting lava, if necessary. E-ray planar, bastions, Pydar, fortress, blaze bedding. All of those are super simple. That can be done in one. Boat eye preemptive. Boat eye's not that hard. I think it's just that I'd need to be in call with them to set it up. Preemptive is pretty okay as well. And then half bow is super easy. Well, I guess I may have to teach them how to one cycle, depending on who I draft. And then Osh's was called Plumoffs, and technically Oliver's has been called Midoffs before. Like Oliver, Poundy, and Kyle have done it before, but oh well. Then Zero, possibly. Do I actually teach them Zero? Do I actually teach them how to Zero cycle? That may be the case. That may be the case. I may decide to teach them how to Zero cycle, chat. I may decide to. I think this is pretty easy. Chat, I don't want to give anything else away to my coaches. I really don't. I really don't want to give anything else away. But I think I have an idea. I have a very rough idea of what it is that I need to do. And I think it all starts with the draft. It all depends on the draft. I think my main focus with the draft is drafting players that are of a similar skill level. Because then coaching is going to be 5 times easier because I'm not coaching 2 separate people. It doesn't matter if I have to coach, like, if they're both brand new, that's fine. But I'd rather not one be brand new and one not be, because I could be teaching them different things. Right? And that's going to make it tough. Whereas, if they, let's say, both have played ranked before, great. They may be at different levels, but at least then I don't have to do the setup. Or, you know, maybe they've know how to do a magma portal. Great, but we need them to be faster. And I can focus on that rather than teaching them how to do that, you know? So, like, it's definitely a build-up sort of thing. I am very excited. I'm very excited for the draft. I need to get to drafting myself. I need to get to putting numbers next to players, putting dollar amounts per player. I need to know how much I'm bidding on each player that I want. That's the plan. And all I can do to make that a thing is do research. And that's the plan. I'm going to be doing some research. I'm going to do it offline. I know this has been a relatively giga short stream. But I don't care. I'm going to go and do some research on those players offline. I'm going to write up my list of who I want to bid on and for what price. And then I am going to send you guys over elsewhere. And then we will do some possibly more scouting tomorrow, but more likely we'll just be doing normal ranked. Okay? All right. Hope that helps. Appreciate you all for being here. Let me send you over somewhere. Let me send you over somewhere. I'll send you to Boost. Why not? Yeah, Boost has got his most percent in an hour. So have a lovely rest of your day. And yeah, I think that's it really. I'm excited to get to teaching. I'm really hyped for that. And I will I'll speak to you all very shortly. All right. Lots of love, gang. I will be live again tomorrow. Don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't already. I only ping when I go live or upload a YouTube video. So hop in there if you're new. Also, coaching streams, obviously, next week. So I'm excited for you guys to stick around for those. I'm excited to see which players I get. And yeah.